Alright, what up? This your boy Narik Chase on the scene again, and I want to sit here and do some videos based upon what I've been watching with the E3 2016 and what I've been seeing with some pretty promising things, even though some of them not really been interested in. But in this video, I'm definitely want to sit here and talk about the Resident Evil 7 gameplay trailer, whatever have you, whatever it was called or whatever. Anyways, guys, if for all of y'all who don't know or whatever, haven't seen my videos, Resident Evil is one of my top like 10 most, favorite video game franchises out there. I've been following it for some years now. I think it's dope. I know it has been kind of on the decline because of how they've been trying to take the series into a new direction, but this new gameplay has been promising. Okay, for one, it's like you following this guy, but it's like first person. And even though this technically isn't the first person Resident Evil game, it does look pretty promising from the way things are established in it, where you're set up in this dark house, and it's like in a cabin somewhere in a house in the woods or something like that. It kind of reminds you a little bit of like one of the houses in like Resident Evil 4 or something like that. But anyways, it's very dark, very creepy. You got a flashlight, you don't got no weapons. And from the way that, the visual effects, honestly, let's talk about the visual effects. The visual effects look fucking awesome. I have to just give it to them. Not only are the character designs on point, but the environment looks great. It's interactive. I like the shading with the lights and the shadows and the darkness and the light and the mirrors. Everything just looks completely badass. And I have to give that completely kudos to them for that. It looks awesome. And I have to say also that the score looks but the score is just great. The sound effects look good. There was some parts where it was like you hear something off in the distance and everything, the birds and like clanging noises and stuff like that. People walking and stuff, it just, the impacts, everything is on point. The soundtrack is just completely great too. It has a very creepy vibe to it, and I'm sitting here watching this trailer, I just could not help but like, okay, there wasn't just the environment that just made this very dark atmosphere. It was also the music, the voice performances from what little sequences they had where people did talk was pretty good too. Had to give it to the actors for that. They did a great job. But as I was saying, this does look like an honest new step into a new direction for the Resident Evil franchise, and as I said again, the visual effects were great. In fact, they were like movie good. So hey, for this next gen and this next Resident Evil, we'll see what they had to step up on. Didn't really see too much of what the gameplay is going to be about outside of this, the gameplay of this guy trying to come out this house, which had a surprising ending. But it also had me kind of thinking, would this be harking back to the traditional Resident Evil where we have zombies and stuff, or would it be in like the more new ones where it's like more a parasite because of one of the incident that happens in the gameplay? It kind of makes you think it's going to be somewhat of, again, Resident Evil 4, because when I sat there and watched it, it did give me that Resident Evil 4 vibe. But hopefully that they'll actually explain more if they ever have any more gameplay trailers or demos. But I really did enjoy it. It does got that Resident Evil 4 vibe, but it also kind of got that Hills Have Eyes vibe to it too. So it's like, Resident Evil 4 and Hills Have Eyes had like a love child or something that would be Resident Evil 7. But anyways, I just had to say I was really impressed with that. I'm looking forward to that. Resident Evil 7 definitely on my top 10 like most highly anticipated games of E3 showcasing. So guys, in the comment section below, let me know what your thoughts was on the Resident Evil 7. Did you enjoy the gameplay, the demo, the graphics, the sound? Just let me know any general ideas that you just have about Resident Evil 7, because I will come back and definitely do another video of my expectations for Resident Evil 7. Alright then, since I still have not came up with an outro or whatever, I'm just going to say I'll catch you guys in the next video. Narik Chase signing out.